Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys all here, both old and new subscribers. I do want to tell you guys how grateful I am for you. I want you guys to know, I'm already channeling from the moment I hit record. For those of you that are new, I'm a medium. I channel the angelic realm, but really also what I am doing is channeling energy, okay? It's all about energy, and energy is fluid, and it changes at a given time. Depending on who is watching right now, if you're here, it's not an accident. I don't believe in the message this may or may not resonate, in the sense that I feel like a lot of readers do say that, and I know what they mean, and I know we agree on what we mean, but I'm not sure that it's explained often enough on what that means. What that means is I am channeling energy. It's a lot of you. So if you're here, I am channeling your energy. There's something in here for you. However, see every reading as an intuitive exercise, you guys. Meaning if I'm picking up on an energy, and in the 3D, meaning on earth, what I'm saying, for whatever reason, I'm emphasizing that it's about love. Because for the majority of you, I'm channeling that energy applies to that in your particular experience. But you know in your gut that it applies to your workplace or your family. You can do that. See every reading as an intuitive exercise. For those of you that are new, I also do want to point out that all of my readings on this channel are timeless. Meaning, it's a state of surrender. Again, we have to think in terms of energy when we are opening our minds to these kinds of experiences, mediumship experiences, tarot readings, etc. So you're not guided to a place by accident. So if I posted a reading yesterday, last week, 2 years ago when I opened this channel, and you're guided to it, trust that. Always trust that. Not just in regards to readings, but in general in your life. Trust that. Okay, you can do that. Also, I am posting daily now. If for whatever reason I cannot post at a given time, I do announce it every time, either on my Instagram page, mostly on my Instagram story. Remember, there's a lot of scammers going on in this industry now, making fake accounts. So only go down by the link that sends you directly to my Instagram page down below in the description box, okay? But also on my community tab here on my Facebook channel. I don't have a Facebook for this, by the way. So if you find one, it's not me, let me know. On my community tab here on YouTube, I always post an announcement for whatever reason I cannot post a given day. And also note, because it's a state of surrender, every reading that you're going to watch here is going to be a different experience. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes I may channel for longer. Sometimes I may pull a different kind of a spread. I might not have a particular spread. Nonetheless, you're going to get the reading from the moment I hit record. Anything that comes out of my mouth, anything that I do is part of the reading. Also note that some of them you may notice are 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Some of the readings are 2 hours and 30 minutes because I'm a medium and I'm channeling the angelic realm. Depending on the energy that I'm picking up, if the energy is extremely intense and they have very important messages to share with you, you will notice that the readings are longer. I'm obedient to, the angelic realm, whatever they tell me to channel. So notice that. If I post longer readings, they're probably very intense and very detailed. Nonetheless, I just go with the flow here. All right. So this one's going to be very straightforward. They're telling me off the bat, and I am going to be doing something different than what I usually do. So we're going to just go ahead and begin. I might be in a mix of pulling cards and channeling at the same time. Usually they have me channel a little bit longer without pulling cards to confirm. Nonetheless, you guys can feel confident. I always say that the beautiful thing about channeling the angelic realm and what I do is that it's a mixture. So the words that it tends to be a back and forth. It's a conversation I have between me and spirit. So they confirm the things that I channel while I go. And that's more to provide confirmation, even more confirmation and synchronicities. Pick up on the synchronicities. So everything's going to be different. They're having me start with the Island Time Wellness right now from the beginning. And we'll see. Coffin. Okay, that's interesting because we started with that card last time. All right. Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. So though that seems like a heavy card, it's actually a beautiful card to me because we're constantly in a state of transitioning, okay, of the evolution of our soul. growing, spiritually awakening, changing, changing paths, truly. So anytime that there's an ending in your life, anytime that you have a difficult experience in your life, they want you to know not to see things. There's no such thing as positive or negative. It is just the recycling of energy. It's karmic cycles. So if you in particular find yourself in a rut or a series of tough situations at a given time out of nowhere, try not to get so stuck, they're saying, on, what was that? That's interesting. I don't have another device around me that I know of. Oh, I just noticed I have an iPad that I didn't even know was in the room, across the room. And it just like made a noise. Sorry to interrupt, but everything's an omen. And I don't know if you heard it. It was like a didn't, like, when you press Siri, but there is nothing, nobody around to do that. That is very strange. Okay, so that means spirit is near, but that might be an omen for you. So maybe some of you, okay, but that was Siri. That wasn't like a ding for a message. So everything that they have me focus on is going to be different. So that might be a message for a lot of you in regards to having to seek information, do some more research on whatever it is that is on your mind that you're trying to go towards right now. I'm getting right now that we're in a very transitional period, okay? I already know this might not be one of those super long readings, but nonetheless, the energy that I'm picking up on is extremely significant and life-changing. So I know they really want you to pay attention, especially just on everything right now, not on a surface level, okay? Like, really pay attention to the things I say and don't say intuitively, okay? Siri is what you click on your device to ask a question. So there is a need to question right now your feelings, why you are watching a reading in the first place. And I've never said that. Ask yourself, that's very significant. What was your intention when you click this? What was running heavy in your mind when you click this? What were you expecting to get out of this reading? Write that down. They're saying journal about that right now, because that's going to do one of two things. That is either going to let you know what you need to focus on, what is holding you back, okay? Or what you are focusing on that may be blocking you from being able to transition to the next phase in your life. Because we're at a transitional point, they are telling me very clearly. It says endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition, okay? So there was some kind of an ending, okay? Again, you could take it surface level. They want you to focus on this intuitively. There was some kind of ending that has recently or is still in the process of occurring in your life. What they were saying is, instead of dwelling on the ending, instead of clicking a reading on wanting to find out why that ending happened or if that's going to change, they want you to focus on the fact that there is no such thing as negative. Anytime there's an ending, it's because there's something that was not serving you. And it is time for you to elevate, to get something, go towards something that is meant for you, that maybe you have been, without knowing, blocking yourself from achieving. It's almost the energy they're telling me. Again, I said I wasn't going to channel that much, but this is what they do. Even with one card, remember, channeling, I do want you guys to know, especially if you're new, my style. I can pull the same card 600 times. It's going to be different every time, because it's more like tools that I use are a means to share a message. They'll have me focus on an image. They'll have me share an experience of mine, anything, even the Siri thing that just popped up. So I can share it. So spark a thought to share a message, okay? So right now, you need to, and I'm getting an uneasy, this 9 of Swords energy. I am so sorry that I keep bringing up that card. It's almost repetitive as hell on this channel. Please don't click off, because I feel like whatever they're sharing right now is crucial for you to reach the next step. If it's in regards to love, career, life, everything. But they want you to know that the work that you put within yourself is of everything outside of that is going to be a byproduct of the work you're putting within yourself. I think that's why they had me say, if you've never done so, ask yourself, what was your intention in clicking or reading? Okay? You were being forced to have an ending. Don't look at it as negative. It seems like you guys have sometimes, and that's natural, nothing to put yourself down. You might accidentally, there is an energy of like you really trying to, there is an awareness now. That sun card, star card. There is an awareness now. Okay, also if you're new, they have me spit out the names of cards sometimes, and if they come out later, it's to confirm it. An illumination and a clear awareness that you are being divinely guided right now. There is a sense that something big is at your doorstep. And I'm not getting that it's just in regards to a relationship. In particular, that's funny. They have me focus on love a lot on this channel. And they are going to touch on some things. But they are emphasizing your life in general, because they're saying that for whoever is here, if you clicked in regards to love, and they are going to touch on that, there's something in your personal life that is blocking you from seeing the situation the way it's supposed to be. They want you to see it, and something in your life that it has you unable to transition to a new phase that they want you to transition to. Okay, so that you can allow this to come forward. It's almost like the energy of focusing more on being in a casket, okay? Not literally, figuratively, okay? Rest in peace, right? It says endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. It's not like this card shows a casket and a sun or something. They showed it to me separately. It's the energy of you focusing without realizing. You just find yourself in a rut of focusing more on the casket. And if you do that, if you do so much, what you end up doing is actually dying. Again, not literally. Instead of liberating yourself from what they guided to die in your life, or what they're guiding you to die, what they're guiding you to kill. Okay, those are intense words, but basically that's what they're having me say in your life. There is a very big need to allow the growth that they're pushing you to have, to allow the change that they're pushing you to have, so that you can have a liberation. And once you allow yourself to be liberated from that holds you back in your mind, because Nine of Swords is swords signifying your mind, your thoughts, everything that keeps you back. They showed me the Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, and I hate to repeat those cards so many times every reading, but they keep focusing on it. It's like the energy, again, they've been emphasizing that Wheel of Fortune, which is destiny, your karmic payout. That wheel needs to turn, because what you think is far-fetched is actually at your doorstep. It's going to happen sooner than you anticipate. And then they're having me speak in broad terms right now. It's because it's not broad for you. Whoever is clicking here, you needed clarity on something. So I know this is making sense. That Wheel of Fortune is at your doorstep, but you have to allow the wheel to turn. And it has a lot to do with old thought patterns that may seem logical to you, but has a lot more to do with exactly what's holding you back, what keeps you in this pride energy. There's a need to allow things to flow to you in a way that you would have either challenged, resisted, questioned, or even what's the word? Criticized. Okay, so you're going to be approached with either people from the past or new situations that's going to cause an uneasy feeling about you. And that uneasy feeling is the exact feeling that pushes you into this Nine of Swords energy. Nine of Swords energy is that card in the Rider-Waite that shows somebody on a bed, hands to face. It's anxiety, it's overthinking. But you might be accidentally, literally, but being stuck in that energy too much, it's like an energy of being, ending up lethargic. Being lethargic meaning draining your own energy. They just showed me an image of like a tire. Okay, there's a tire. I don't know if any of you have experienced, not in particular a flat tire, but a tire that has like a little hole in it, and it's a very quick fix. In my area, okay, you can get that fixed for $10. It takes 5 minutes to just put a patch. You don't need a new tire, but it's just a little hole that leaks air, okay, to the point where you can get by for a little while not fixing it, but every couple of days you're probably going to have to stop at a gas station, put 4 quarters in an air machine and fill up that tire. Instead of taking the initiative of going to a tire shop, paying the $10 and putting a patch on it so that you can move forward. So when you sit in that Nine of Swords energy, it's like you having a little hole in your tire and you allowing that air to just come out. And what happens when that happens is you wake up in the morning and you're drained. So all of the things, it's like you have a list of all of the things that you want to make change in your life, that you want to add into your life. They're saying in particular to, like, let's say new health routines, integrating things in regards to spirituality, maybe more meditation, more yoga, anything to give you a better sense of, put you in a better mental state. Because putting yourself in I feel like whoever's here, you know that. Putting yourself in a more balanced state so that you can even attract what it is that you want and allow it to unfold. So there is like a awareness, that star card, sun card, that needs to happen. But then that coffin, they're showing it to me like that Nine of Swords energy, as if it was your bed. And instead of, getting out of it and absorb and looking at it, you're putting the lid on top of yourself. So when you wake up in the morning, you feel like you can't breathe, and then not being able to actually take action on what it is that you want to yourself. So what is it that's blocking you? They're saying, because you don't want this energy. Energy does not stop for anybody. We choose our own timelines. There's a big blessing at your doorstep, but there is a need to change your perspective. Because they're saying what's happening right now, it's like it's a mirage. In the opposite sense, okay? When you think about being in a desert, a dry area, you're thirsty as hell. You see a mirage. It seems like there's water very close by, but you keep walking. Not that I've ever experienced that, but through cartoons and stuff, I've seen it. You know what I'm talking about. But it's never really near. It's the opposite energy, actually. It's like you being in a dry spot and you seeing that there's water right in front of you and you're thirsty, but you have been walking in that desert for so long that you are putting yourself in a place of disbelief that there's water right in front of it. So now you're at a place where you're doubting that water. Like, is it going to poison me if I drink it? Is it better to dehydrate instead of drinking that water? Do you understand that overthinking? Okay, usually every reading's going to be different. Sometimes they have me go into these kinds of messages instead of little specifics. They are going to give me little specifics. But remember, the main purpose is to aid you in your growth. Because what is the point in giving you specifics? What? If they're telling me this is the energy that you're in, honey, I'm here to allow you to receive that. That is my main goal. I'm not here for clickbait. I'm channeling the angels. So they're saying, yes, I'm going to tell you what's about to happen. But if you're in the energy that they're sharing with me that you're in, even if it's at your doorstep, You're going to see it in a negative lens. You're not going to allow it to unfold. You're not going to be able to trust if it's a positive or negative experience, if you should trust it or not, because you're in this energy right now where you can't get out of this coffin, okay? The liberation does not come from someone coming from your past or you meeting someone new in love and starting a new relationship. The liberation comes from you liberating yourself, okay? From the second guessing, from the not trusting. They're putting an emphasis on the High Priestess card, okay, right now, which is trusting your intuition. They are really guiding you, okay? That Temperance card, Sun card, Star card in particular right now, and they mentioned it before that your abilities have heightened recently, okay? But anytime that there's any kind of ascension towards a higher level of consciousness towards the divine, the devil energy could only exist in your brain, and it manifests in the way of overthinking and doubting yourself so that you can eventually over time separate yourself from that blessing that's at your doorstep, okay? And miss it. Doesn't mean miss it forever, but miss it right now, okay? They want you to know that. There is a need for you to transition. And sorry to deliver the harsh truth, but analyze what's holding you back. Now, in regards to love, you see how much they can have me channel just with one card? Is that's it's remarkable sometimes. There must have been some kind of an ending between you and another person if we're talking about love right now, but it could apply to a family member or somebody that you just had to close the door on, okay? Truly. And there has been difficulty in coping with that. They're showing me, like, again, with that 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, it's the being stuck in the energy of guilt and doubting whether or not you're making the right decisions, or the pain of going through that. I know it's hard, easier said than done, but they are letting you know that whatever it is that you're putting an end to, you cannot doubt what you're feeling. If you felt like you needed to, it's because you needed to. That doesn't mean that you need to now add fear to that decision because you're afraid that you're going to lose this forever. No. If you're guided to end something at a given time, then at this moment in time, it's because something energetically in that space between you and your connection to this person, whether romantically or family member that's holding you back or whatever, that something needed to end there because there was an energy dynamic that was clouded, 7 of Cups, with devil energy, okay, toxicity and stuff that might not even have been between you. But you guys are, if you're energetically connected to this this person, you guys marry each other. You guys are byproducts of each other's energy. So you guys get stuck in that energy, and then again, now it makes sense that image is showing me. Now you guys are looking at each other like you guys are the pond for each other. You guys know that if you drank from that pond, and it goes with that star card shows a naked person healing in this water, cleansing water, and it's in motion, okay? But if you do not accept that you have to end something at a given time so that that water can be cleansed, you're not even allowing the divine to show you that they are clearing that energy for you to come together again, or to heal a relationship between you and a parent, or you and a child, or you and a whatever, okay? So that when you come together again, it is a clear space. There is a need to let that go, okay? There is a need to let that go, okay? But there is also a need for communication. Ace of Swords. An honest communication between you and somebody about what poison was in that water in the first place. But without forcing it, okay? Don't force anything. Don't have any expectations for anything. But you're about to transition to a new life. That's very clear. Okay, They're emphasizing right now in particular, and they don't, I mean, it's always going to be different. So they are saying, they're putting a big emphasis right now on friends, on colleagues, and family members in particular, people in your social environment, relationships in general, okay? Not just romantically, I'm talking about other relationships. They're telling me you've been reevaluating the place of people in your life and what they represent and how you are giving to them and how you are receiving from them, okay? And seeing people's toxicity for what it is so that you can enable boundaries. That's becoming very clear. And that is why that Nine of Swords energy, you might find yourself. You have to allow yourself to grieve, okay? Don't just make things up, but I feel like you've been given enough awareness of people's nature for you to know it doesn't mean that you have to cut people off. It doesn't mean that you need to hate people, be angry, but there's a need to see things for what they are. In particular, they're showing me relationships with family members. Some of you might have a family. You are probably elevating right now. Some of you are going after new jobs, getting new job opportunities, etc. If you are getting Seven of Cups energy, to me is also meddling energy. Somebody else's toxicity, even if they love you. Remember, people are only able to love you at their capacity. So I feel like some of you haven't actually, like, and I'm sorry to say this, but like a maybe even a mother figure. It could be a mother figure as in the mother of your child or your actual mother, that they can't help it, but internally they have their own guilt. They're dealing with this energy too, because they find themselves in bed kind of like jealous of your own progress. It's almost like, even if it's subconscious, they don't want to see you progress because they feel comfortable with the dynamics in the relationships that you have had with them. And this can apply also to ex-lovers or parents, you know, if you're divorced, parents of your children, etc. People always feel uncomfortable when they're, you know, things are being put to rest in a coffin so that you can have growth, change, liberation, so you can transition, okay? Everybody's at a different energetic place. So if they are stuck growing, okay, seeing you grow and change and liberating yourself from whatever has held you back, brings a deep sense of jealousy within them because they cannot find the spiritual awareness to do that for themselves. And it sounds kind of sad, especially because I'm getting, for whatever reason, they're showing me the Empress like a mother figure, okay? I don't think it's particularly malicious, but it's just something that, you know, they might even feel guilt about when they go to sleep, but they can't help it, okay? So they're saying right now, be very mindful, okay? And this doesn't make you secretive or anything. But a lot of you are going towards either changing the dynamics between your relationships with other people, but in particular going after business ventures, okay? Business ventures. Whatever you do, they are telling me to do so in secrecy. Not because you don't trust anyone. Don't come from that energy, that dynamic. But more, it's more like rising like the phoenix, but do it in your own sense. So that the only thing that you can share with other people is your energetic vibration and how that's changed. That alone will attract the people that are going to aid you in that process and join you on that journey, okay? But energy is real, you guys. I'm sorry. We gotta call it as it is. It doesn't mean that we have to judge other people like you're an evil person, whatever, because that's gonna hold you back. It's more like people might be jealous of your success, etc. If whoever's writing a book here right now, that just came to mind, or starting a new project, whatever, thinking about quitting a job, if you, let's say, work with a friend, you have a business with a friend somehow, whether you own the business or you work with them, but you are thinking at night about how you're not happy there anymore, or it's time for you to go towards something new. They're saying this person might not, it's not that they have your worst. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Keys on a ring. It says many options decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. Okay. That can apply to a lot of things. I'm not getting the energy of the one night stand here. I'm getting the energy of many options, having to make a decision that may be unconventional, meaning it goes against what you're used to, because what you're used to is dying, because you're about to enter a new life. So the people around you might want to keep you like keys on a ring, right? Like have access to you, okay? Because they always have, all right? To string you along on their path when you're trying to make a decision on many options. That might not be, it's not a negative thing, but let's say you have a business where you work with someone, even if it's just a relationship with someone, a coworker, okay? And you're thinking about, let's say, starting a business, but you've been working with this person for so long, and they are your friend, and you think that, this is, take it as it resonates, that they are going to, obviously they have your best interest in mind. I'm getting this person, a lot of them do, but by default, even their own sadness of like losing you to you going towards your passion is going to create, look at that. I don't know where this came from. I just pulled this out. Yeah, dude. Wow. Might lead them to, without even sharing it with you, just naturally a feeling of like, whatever, a projection of how they feel about it. Okay. Because it doesn't benefit them. Change is uncomfortable. So whatever it is that you're planning, they're saying don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Allow the growth and the change to happen. Okay? Liberate yourself from the need to involve other people, even if it's innocently, because their energy is going to affect the progress of what it is you're creating. There's a need for you to just start creating it, and then boom, it's created. If you're writing a book, write a book and then tell everyone once it's published, okay? If you're working with someone and you want to leave the job, don't start talking about it with anybody. Just start working on your business venture, and then once you have everything settled, talk about it then, even if you love the person. It is the only way. We got self-indulgence. Literally, it says focus on self-worth, time to heal. That's that Nine of Swords. Shadow work. Shadow work means all the things that, are hidden and under the surface that hold you back. Working on that. And self-appreciation. Appreciating yourself enough to allow yourself to invite this change. Camera. Says reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past and make memories. Okay, so it's the energy of reminiscing about the old relationships that you've had in the past, or how things are right now. Okay, it says keepsake. Keep a place where you honor these experiences, whether you perceive them, perception, as negative or positive. See everything as a learning experience. Honor the relationships you have, okay? Make memories. You can continue to make memories with them, all right? But it says focus on yourself, okay? Because other people might be halting your progress. And if this is in regards to love, apply it to love. But what I'm getting more is that this is an overall energy in your life right now, And it might be the reason why you can't even see yourself reconciling or meeting somebody. It's the energy of you. Look at that. I didn't even notice this at the bottom. Wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. You are going to have a very significant relationship. You are, whoever this is for, headed in this direction. Okay? But there is an energy. I'm focusing more on the being stabbed in the back in the past, heartbreak, pain, separation, okay, which we started, you know, endings over here, deception, shocking, attack, okay? Reminiscing about that. You have learned from the past because of these behaviors, but it's the energy of, and this kind of like as a visual shows exactly what I was channeling, right? There is a soul connection you have with someone, okay? There is a love connection that is very once in a lifetime, period. Because I'm not seeing here the energy of I like you or dating. This is straight wedding rings. But it is the energy of, what did I say? You seeing it as something so unattainable. Like you feel it, you feel the soul connection, you feel this, right? You can almost envision this. It's almost like you're getting visions. I'm getting a lot of you are getting dreams, because the Seven of Cups could also be dreams, and the Moon card could also be like actual like dreaming about, like, you feel this. You feel this. Like you feel like you belong with someone, or you're connected to someone. Six of Cups, for a lot of you, someone from the past, but this could be, because I did channel that you're going to meet someone new. If that's not the case, in the next 6 months, very important relationships are going to lead to marriage, or a very significant, like, lifelong partner are developing. But it's the energy of, because of your perception, okay, and you're reminiscing, okay, and focusing on yourself and your self-worth so much. It's almost like you are healing. You need to take time to heal, but you might be stuck in that energy so much, because it's interesting how we have endings bring new beginnings, growth, change. I feel like I have to sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me, I never do that. Woo, allergies. Is the spring coming already? My God. Transition, right? So you need to transition, right? So that's the first thing. But you're focusing on the self, the self-worth, the time to heal, the shadow work. You're appreciating yourself. But it's the energy of, like I said, especially with camera. Isn't that what I channeled? I'm going back to it because it's a haze. Of you being aware that this is what needs to be done. But you're almost looking at it through a lens. As like an image, as like something outside of you, instead of making the action to cross that bridge, because then we end with stabbed in the back. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Somehow, while you're working on yourself, you end up kind of, you know, reminiscing too much, seeing it as something so far away from you, and it ends up in the energy of you focusing on all of the pain that you've experienced. Okay? Shocking attacks. You might be acting out of character sometimes, or you're stabbing yourself in the back. But what I'm getting is also, you might feel stabbed in the back by somebody that you had some kind of an ending with. Truly, right? But this coffin doesn't just say permanent ending. It says brings new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. So it could be a transition between you and this person if it's romantic, or the transition so that you could have this with someone else. I told you that there's something really freaking significant in regards to relationships in particular at your doorstep. For some of you, it's someone new, but for the majority of you, I'm sorry, and don't write in the comments, I'm down with someone from the past. I don't know, guys. I'm just telling you what I see, man. I gotta call it as I see it. But for the most part, even though it happens, you don't just jump to wedding rings like that. Okay? But it's almost like a weird connection. Like this connection started with an ending in the first place. Like this connection was brought to you to inspire growth and change. And because of that, there was a lot of heartbreak, pain, a separation, deception, and a lot of attacks. Okay. But it came more from, see, focusing on yourself, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. Reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from the past, making memories. It's an interesting dynamic. It's like the energy of you making memories with someone while at the same time reminiscing on endings you've had in the past, or reminiscing on the parts of you that have been dying while you have been connecting with this person or situation. It's like you guys came together. I'm not going to say wrong time. I don't believe that there's wrong timing. There is bad timing, meaning there has to be the right time for a union to come together. That is true, but no one's brought to your life at the wrong time. So and this happens sometimes. This is the kind of energy of like someone coming into your life at a time where you were both transitioning, where you were both growing, while you were both deep in your shadow with the intention, looking through that lens of wanting to change that and learning how to appreciate yourself in order to have this connection in the first place. Because this camera is looking at you. So it's like the energy of you putting yourself down, like you thinking like, you know, you had heartbreak because of this person, but really the heartbreak and things that you guys experienced, to be honest, was more a representation. This is pretty deep, not gonna lie. I didn't expect to go here, but that's what they're having me channel. I guess this is very important. Sometimes this is the kind of stuff you need to hear. And I'm getting this is mirror mode. This is you and this person. You guys might have attacked each other, etc. Feeling deceived, etc. But really what it was, it's a mirroring of the fact that you both were killing the shadow part of yourselves that blocked you from having this kind of a union in the first place. So you focused on each other as the culprit. Meanwhile, you came into this situation in the first place in a coffin. So that's what makes this connection such a beautiful connection. Even though you cannot see it, there's a need to change your perspective. Because for you to be able to connect so strongly to someone, even though it was fucking crazy from the beginning, when you started in the coffin, that's very difficult to do. For you to be in a coffin kind of situation, like internal feeling, and still have the capability, some degree of connecting deeply with someone. That's very significant. Okay? That's beautiful. That is what it says here, a soul connection. When someone is brought to you in your life during a period where you are dying so that you can grow and change and transition, it's like they were brought to your life with the knife. So you guys could stab each other with the intention, without you knowing, that you guys were actually killing your shadow. So you could both learn self-appreciation. And with the camera now, it's like you guys are in the period of being stuck on what is the correct perception, learning from the past, wanting to make memories, but not sure if you should be focusing on the wedding rings. Like this is someone with a soul connection and eternal love, someone that's everlasting. That's what it says. Someone that I can see myself marrying forever. Or focusing on the fact that this person came into my life with a knife. Truly. But don't you see? What they're saying is, this person was a catalyst for change so you can have this. For some of you, it's to come back together with them. For some of you, it was just they were brought to you to aid you in this process so that you can move forward with somebody else. Nonetheless, that's what it is about soul connections. Not everybody that has a soul connection with you, your soul contract is to end up together. Sometimes you have a soul connection, soul contract with someone just to do this, just to aid you towards this with someone else, to help prepare you. Because your connection, the only way to help you transition from something so deep to go into a new life phase is by sending you somebody. It's not an accident. That's why they showed me the sun card, the star card. Sending you someone that's connected to your soul so deeply that it's almost illogical. It's the only person that can get you in that place. Okay? Wow, this is pretty deep. It's the only person that could get you at that place in your shadow, in your subconscious, that you yourself could only view like a movie. Does that make sense? Like a camera, like you yourself. It's been repressed so much you can't reach it. That's why this person was brought to you, okay? So that they can take pictures of your shadow work. They can take pictures and create memories of the time when you needed to heal. So they can take pictures and create memories of your journey in learning self-appreciation. So they can take pictures and make memories on how this led you to change, liberate yourself, transition, and heal. And once you do that, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, changes your perception. You can both learn from the past, and you've made memories on how this darkness turned into light. Wow, this is so deep. But this is for somebody, okay? But this is for somebody, all right? And they are confirming that because the wedding rings is freaking here, man. That's crazy. That is very significant. So it's like a connection this deep that you can see yourself being with someone for the rest of your life, but never got off the ground. But little do you know that was on purpose. Because while these memories, while this taking account of all of this that was going on, both of you were going through a rebirth together, whether you realized it or not. You guys are stuck here at this stab in the back energy, the heartbreak, the pain, the separation that happened, the deceptions, the shocking attacks. So it's like the energy, are you going to focus on the knife as in they killed you? Or are you going to realize that you were dead before you even came into this connection, and this person was simply put into your life with a camera to cause the heartbreak needed to allow you to jump from this to that? That's crazy. That's pretty deep. And that's what that Wheel of Fortune is. Now, again, for some of you, this might not resonate with love at all. It could be in regards to, I'm getting in particular, this energy is so grand and so transitional and important in your life that it doesn't just, it's like the love is a byproduct of this happening in every aspect in your life. But this person in particular, this soul connection was put in your life. to have you experience it in a more direct way. So now we're at the stage, because this is like the past going into the future. This is like the future. This hasn't happened. And it kind of came out sideways. Like by itself. So it's like in your soul, you guys still feel this kind of a connection. Or you will. Remember, time is fluid. For a lot of you, it's someone from the past. But again, they want me to just focus on the energy. But it's the energy of you focusing, like I said. It's almost like the energy of giving up without realizing that what you think is impossible because of this is not impossible because of this. It's impossible because of your perception on why this started in this way, because you've had relationships that don't reflect the soul connection. Okay, to this degree. Your old relationships were still part of a paradigm that you were already liberating yourself from. So when you're in this energy, stabbed in the back, you don't realize that you were stabbing yourself in the back. So were they. You were meant to kill each other. So it's the energy of you guys both. It's a tough situation, feeling this connection, this eternal love. But it seems like such a distant possibility. Like there's no way in your life that you can even fathom having the resources or the capacity or the ability to create something so grand with someone, because you just went through this process that you now kind of feel like a newborn. Like you don't even know how to be an empress or how to be an emperor to even have something like this. So you're in this energy like, damn, all this shit happened, but I still feel this soul connection. Like you still have a feeling of like, thanks, because you guys like still have some kind of a whatever, despite this. That's pretty special. But it's the energy of, but this happened, so this kind of seems so forward, though I feel like there's no even need to discuss it, because like, how would that ever happen? But little do you know, it's at your doorstep. The only thing that's needed is getting out of this energy and seeing that it's at your doorstep. That's where now it takes a mutual effort on both ends to communicate. Okay. Harshly about that, about not having a vision, but feeling it. And either making it happen or not. But it's the energy right now, again, of not seeing, because this is a big transition, that this is literally at your doorstep, but you think it's so far that you're giving up. And little do you know, the divine, again, this is like step 2, is forcing you to give up to get here. But that was the energy that I was getting before for a while now, that it's like within the next 4 weeks, it's whether it's somebody new or someone from the past, it seems impossible now, but something's going to be so clear where once you allow yourself to get out of this mindset, it's just going to instantly like progress to this. Truly. But one or both of you is holding yourselves back. But there's a need to separate without anger from these people if you notice that they are still in that energy where they cannot see the way forward. Because that actually comes from an energy of control and being unable to see the future. So they rather keep you in a controlled box of how they rather interact with you. And that is not going to allow you to progress. And that is where free will comes in. Okay, on whether you're going to reach this with someone else or this person. But either way, that transition is happening. Truly. But there's a need of just having to focus on yourself. Don't do too much at all. Right? Don't do too much. Okay, it's gonna unfold. This is interesting. I didn't expect all of this. But let's see what else they have. Oh my God, yeah. Jeez, heartbroken. Deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving and mourning. Did I not in particular use the word grieving, or did I say mourning? On a literal sense, when somebody dies and you're in a coffin, you have to mourn and grieve. What makes you think that going through this kind of a process is any different? Okay? It's the same woman. So somebody is deeply hurt, sad from some kind of a separation or breakup that you had with this person, okay? So you feel like this person projected an image onto you that was false. You feel stabbed in the back. And that's kind of a hard place. This is a hard place to be, because it's wedding rings. Union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting process, surrounded by stabbed in the back and heartbroken. Jeez. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. Oh my God. So it's like the mourning and the grieving of the fact that you have to separate yourself from somebody that you truly, wholeheartedly see yourself with, and that is hard. That is hard. But that's still there. Okay? Oh my God, and I just picked that up, and I said, as I said, that's still there. So I'm going to put it under here because I'm clarifying that. We got soulmates. Holy ish, dude. Soulmate, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. With engagement ring. Oh my God. Engagement ring, wedding ring, soulmate. Engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union. But that's interesting, right? Oh my God. And I just split and got twin flames. Yin and yang. Okay? Yin and yang. Zen. Balance. Union. Duality. Coupling. Complement each other. I have never seen a spread like that, and God knows how freaking long. And a lot of these cards are very superficial, okay? Like love, dating. These are all very deep. This is deep connection. And kid you not, the reading from yesterday or the last one I posted, twin flame and soulmates came out together too. And that's very rare with engagement ring. But interesting is that we got wedding rings here first, then soulmates, then engagement ring, then twin flames. So how does that work? How do you start with wedding rings and end with engagement ring? This is clarifying. This is very deep. I'm trying to dissect it in a way that you understand, because relationships like these do occur. It's karmic, not like a karmic, okay? Like it's a karmic contract that you have to release your own karma separately and together for you to be able to come together, because it's such a beautiful connection that you're not supposed to experience it anyway. In the process, what you don't realize with that camera card, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, make memories, that you don't realize, that's the crazy part, that this shitty ass situation right here, this is a heavy experience. Wow. You know, you take a camera when you go on a trip with someone that you're dating on the dude, I just picked this up and it's a photograph. While I'm confirming camera. Wow, in the deepest sense. In the deepest sense. photograph. What do you have come out of a camera? A photograph. Look at your photos. Missing you. Nostalgia. Make new memories. This one says reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past to make memories. And then photograph says looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. So again, they never have me. Oh my God, like I said. Sorry that card's all destroyed. Oh my, did you see that? Involuntary movements. They never have me looking crazy. And I think it's such a, oh my God, couldn't be any more beautiful. Okay, and I'm actually going to put this one to the side because it doesn't particularly fit. And I want you to see this beauty. Holy-ish. Actually came out like this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What? What? I have never seen a more beautiful spread, even if it's a mixture of these cards, in my life. In my life. And it's deep. Wow. Wow. I'm actually going to put it like this because the moon card came out first with the sun. And then this came out after. Can I just take a deep breath and go back into what I was explaining? Because as I was channeling it, honey, it came out. And it is a deep message. Deep enough for it to be very difficult to come out. But that's what the angels do. Okay? And I channeled this. For the sun and the moon to come out together. Oh my God, the balance. It's beautiful. It's so deep. Okay. Camera. The camera is pointing at the endings, the growth, the change, the liberation, the transition that you guys were experiencing separately before. You guys came together while dying. That's very significant. So little did you know, as I was saying, this camera was keeping keepsake of the perception changes that you've gone through while you were learning from the past to make memories. Okay? The divine gave you guys a knife. Gave you guys a knife. Okay? To kill out the demons within you, the moon, the things in the shadow. Literally, time to heal shadow work. You were brought together. So that's why the situation seemed like, what kind of a freaking relationship is this? Yet. Between stabbed in the back and heartbroken is wedding rings. Which is soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. Like you guys still feel like you have an everlasting promise to each other because you feel something. Because I'll tell you something. If you didn't have a soul connection with somebody and you experienced this with them, as heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad from separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning, and angry, and all that stuff, you would not be able to find a place in your heart to love them eternally, everlasting, no matter what. But you do. It's just because it's a soul connection and it's honored. That's how you know what it means, okay? But little did you know you were taking pictures so that in the future you can look at the photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. Okay? It's like you guys were put through this so that you can, in some kind of a future partnership that you have, because you will. Okay? That is a partnership. A strong one, angelically led. And that always reminds me of the hospital symbol, like a healing. Okay? When you guys balance out what was hidden in your subconscious and bring it to the conscious. This is from going through the dark night of the soul, the dark periods in your life. Like literally all the stuff in the shadow you had hidden that didn't allow you to move forward in the ways that you wanted to in life, not just together, in general. That's why it's shadow work, to work on self-appreciation. You guys were trying to kill that since before you came together. That's why the divine brought you a soul connection right at this time, even though it's heavy. That's what a twin flame connection, even though I'm not big on labels, that's what it really means. Okay, it's someone that mirrors you so perfectly. You're connected at the soul so perfectly that you can go through this process together that in another person would cause rage, okay? And I hate you. And that does not allow you to finish this process and heal the way you're meant to, because you would be stuck on the I hate you, but you can't get stuck there when you have this kind of connection. This is literally the balancing out, the bringing clarity to all of the things that held you back. You guys have been transitioning and still are from the things that keep you in the shadow to the happiest, freest, most divine connection in the entire universe. The sun is illumination, divinely guided, a new life, ultimate happiness. Okay, you could also see it as like in terms of film. This is like the films itself. If you're thinking about like photography, like remember like how it, you know, used to be like developing pictures, you know, in the dark room, and then when you bring it to light, you can hang them up and you're like, wow, they turn into something so beautiful. Like you get to, when you develop pictures in that way, you appreciate them so much more because you saw the process in the making. That's what that is. And that connection, when it gets to that point, it's so significant because you don't only see each other through making memories on the surface, but the fact that you guys kind of had a big hand in the killing of the stuff that held you back in the first place. So it goes from being in the dark room to then getting to a place, look, oh my God, this photograph literally even has a sun on it, where you can look back at all of this ish, like, wow, so that you can make new memories in love. Wow. But there is now, you're in a place I'm getting of like, you're still in that stage of not seeing that. You feel it, but you don't see it because you're going backwards. What led you to have this kind of a pain with each other in the first place is the fact that you felt the end goal from the beginning very quickly. That might have been scary. That might have been what triggered you. The divine had this happen so that you can feel the end goal to the point where it would break your heart, because the heart that you were breaking was the heart that was in the coffin in the first place, that didn't work in the past with anything or anyone in your life in general. That was the point. But that was your soul contract. The soul contract is what was written for you from before you were born, okay, in the past life, etc. There will be a moment of realization of this, where this is like bringing this from like the 5D, right? From like the dream state, from the like the spiritual, the energetic level, because I did specify that, into an like actually materializing, because you're going backwards. Once you complete this soul contract, this process, engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion. This is completion union. It's interesting that the engagement ring card says completion, doesn't it? Because technically you're not completed until you get the wedding rings, but it says completion. Like you completed this cycle. Twin flames, yin yang. Moon card, sun card is yin yang, okay? Balance, this is balance. Zen is literally the balancing out of these two aspects of yourself. union, duality. This is duality. It's being able to see and accept both sides of yourself. Coupling, complementing each other. Okay? It's like you get to a point of appreciating this. But you're still not in a place where you either see this or this person or both of you, or are even ready for it. It's almost like the thought of, because the wedding rings card is first before even materializing, it's very intimidating. Because you are not in a place, you are in a place of being deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, and mourning. You think you might be mourning whatever materialized in the 3D between you and this person, like physically. Okay, but what happened between you was really more a byproduct of the fact that you were both in a coffin in the first place, growing, changing, and liberating yourselves from that held you back so you can transition into your own lives as individuals. So you think that you're heartbroken over each other, which you probably are. But what you're really heartbroken about is the death of an old you. Because anytime you go through a change into a new life, that's scary. So you guys are in the grieving mourning of the death of the old you as the sun shines light. This is very deep, so I hope you're following. Okay? So you're feeling lost. So like I said, it is the energy of losing hope in something, but not losing hope in the fact that you do connect and care about this person. But what you think seems impossible, or seems, I feel like even if you have like a quiet inkling or idea that this might come together, or it could in the future, because you're grieving and mourning, the separation is more about the separation from who you used to be. Or grieving and mourning the fact that you think that you cannot come together because of whatever holds you back, whether physically or emotionally or whatever. Okay? You don't know that it's outside your door. That's the whole point. You don't know because you're focusing too much on this that's outside of your door. You are not taking time to realize how important it is that the sunshine, regardless of this, is still shining. And it's time for you to make new memories. Okay? Not sure how this is going to unfold, though, because that's tough. But there will come a point where you will appreciate and see the importance of whatever journey you went through together without realizing that you actually went through it together. Because you might not have even realized that you guys had anything to do with this process together. You might just look at each other as like a source of stress. But no, it's very significant. But because of all of this, you almost see it as impossible. It's right. It is a change of thought. Oh my God, look, I just did that for no reason. It is, oh my God, dude. Oh, and I channeled these. There's an ending, so you focus on the backstabbing instead of the fact that after the 10 comes a new beginning. Little do you know, Empress, that right outside the door is you being the Empress, mommy, queen, wife, everything, in control of your own life. Able to manifest anything. Able to move forward, chariot card, towards anything. 6 of Cups. Able to reminisce on the past in a very balanced way, which is the number 6. so that you could take a leap of faith, take risks without fear, with that sun here illuminating, and you can allow that wheel of fortune, that karmic wheel that's been dying to turn, to happen. This was all, everything that you're going through here is part of your karmic lesson. It is bigger than you, honey. And the Six of Cups also means reconciliation with someone from the past. So it quite literally might be either reminiscing on what you went through with someone in the past, with like just really appreciation either way, or actually making this come together in the 3D, like actually manifesting this relationship. And I say that because the Empress is the wife, the mother, the married woman, etc. But it's also divine feminine energy, which is being in the energy of being able to nurture, you know, having self-appreciation. She's receptive to what? Manifesting whatever the hell she wants. And it seems like this is a connection moving forward. Brand new beginning. Okay? 0, the Fool, is the start of a new journey. Transitioning into that. Okay? 10 of Pentacles, creating a stable home. The Fool card, it seems like it's like being, oh my, I'm sorry. This is crazy. 4 of Wands. I've never seen something more beautiful in my lifetime. The 4 of Wands is family. Is creating a family, a home. This is a marriage. They're getting married. Holy shit. And the thing about the Fool card is it's a brand new beginning, a leap of faith, yes. But it's also like baby level. It's the beginning of the journey. But that's what makes it uncomfortable. It's because you feel like, it's the energy of like, I don't feel like I'm ready for this. This is impossible. Like, I don't have anything right now. Like, I just like killed a part of my life. I'm now starting to make changes. I'm now starting to figure out where I want to go in my life. But that, little do you know that that is the purpose, is that you are doing so with somebody else. You're both fools. You're both babies. And that's the beautiful part, is that when you create this together, right? It's on your terms. That's what makes it the sun. Because there's a coffin here. Anything, any old perception of anything in the past does not exist here. It is just based on the happiness, the liberation of you two. And very few people actually in this lifetime are able to allow this wheel to turn, to allow this to happen. Now, in the sense, this is significant either way. This is definitely something that happened between you and somebody. With the 2 of Cups and the Fool card, which is brand new, it could be because of this person in the past, it allowed you to move forward towards taking a leap of faith, a brand new beginning with somebody new, a new journey that leads you straight into this. But for the most part, it's free will, but this is beautiful. And this is past. This is past life. This is childhood. This is nostalgia. This is appreciation of the bigger picture after a state of not seeing it. Because we're right now heartbroken. But do you see this? This is the energy of, I don't think I have what it takes to have a vision. You cannot, you are still in the moon. Like, you are still in the energy of seeing this as a photograph, like something you wish you had, whether you actually say that to each other or not, but like not thinking it's possible. Thinking it's like, oh, this could be destiny, but I don't even know like if this is possible. Little do you know, it's literally at your doorstep. And it's not about embracing the other person. It's about getting to a place where you embrace yourself. Because what you're actually angry about is not so much what this person did to you, because what they did to you, you allowed it because you were doing it to yourself. Both of you. It's a byproduct of that. This is something else. This is sacred paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. It's like going backwards. Then, only then, will you be able to fully enjoy each other. You're not fully enjoying yourself. So it's like, yeah, so it's like something is literally like at your doorstep, but you think it's so far. And it puts you in a grieving mourning. Palm tree. Stability, security, permanence, like permanent. Growth. We started with something that says growth, but here it says growth, endurance, flexibility. That's funny. It's a palm tree, and I was talking about like sand and stuff, right? After a state of being dry. All of this happens so that you can reach this permanent state of security and endurance. You had to build endurance. This is mad. This is beautiful. And on a soul level, you feel it. On a soul level, you feel it. And I feel this person too. But it's almost like you guys have already accepted that it's never going to happen. But that comes more from you. Yeah. Because of the separation. This is where you're at right now. Separation. Sadness. Missing you. Thinking about you. Yearning. But unsure of the future. But it's really because you're unsure of yourself. But the yearning's there. Right? This is all part of a karmic lesson. And the karmic lesson does not have so much to do with this person. It's more to do with your self-worth and your ability to not see things like big visions as something so far away from you. But there's no communication about this. And if this person never has one, you will meet somebody new. But I mean, this is very, whatever this situation was, regardless, it's extremely significant. Okay, wow. I never know. We never know where we're going to go with these, but I'm just going to, let me just, wealthy man. Interesting. Occupation. High honor. Unexpected income. Dude, this is a big omen. Woo! Woo! What's this? Courtship. I'm sorry. Oh. Lovers. Courthouse. Thoughts. You can't get each other off your thoughts. Now, this is crazy. Wealthy man, occupation. That's a man, the wealthy man. The occupation here is the woman. The high honor card is a battlefield. So you don't realize that you've been going through a battlefield. But all of this karmic lesson is not just about love. And they had me specify, okay? They had me specify this about career too. Because all of this is a byproduct of all of this. It's to lead you in the direction that you were supposed to go to on your own to receive your high honor in the first place. Unexpected income to me is always like an engagement ring, but it's also literally unexpected income. Wealthy man, occupation, high honor, unexpected income, quite literally. And this, I did channel a message. Oh my God, on a gift. Okay, so gift and unexpected income. To me, this person sees you as a gift. This person was a gift to you, But that's also like an engagement ring to me for a lot of you. Like there's a gift coming. This whole connection is a gift. And this venture, this business venture that I see here is also a gift. This karmic wheel, when it turns, all of this is a gift. And because they had me, nothing's an accident, start channeling about entrepreneurship and family and keeping it quiet, I feel like both of you are quietly working on your own on career moves without even discussing it with each other. And but while you're battling the situation, you're both working on your finances hard and not even talking about it. Now it's all adding up. While you're battling. That's crazy. So this income that seems unexpected is not so much unexpected. This is all a divine plan, honey. It's a gift from the universe and you don't even realize. 17, 7 plus 1 is 8th house in astrology, sex, death, and regeneration. You don't even realize it. They are guiding you to work hard towards your ish and to become very successful on your own. But there is a need to kind of stay shut about what you're doing. And then it's just going to be like, boom. But this is wealth. Wealth. And I did emphasize a couple readings ago that there was, and this is not for everybody, obviously, but there was a big omen for somebody you coming into partnership one way or another, kind of having some kind of a business, like later on in the future together. It says courtship lovers, okay, like coming together to date. Courthouse thoughts. The person this man is thinking about is in the picture is the woman that he's courting. So somebody's really contemplating, man. High honor underneath courthouse, that could be, again, that could be anything. That could be signing a lease, signing a document, buying a home. Like, somebody's focused on that. You're both focusing on that, elevating personally. But there was a big emphasis on, like, not talking about it.